know that now President Obama is going to be traveling to Roseburg on Friday to meet with families. If you have an opportunity to meet with them, what would you say?
Really? I would tell them to look where the problem really lies and quit running the agenda of quit running the gun agenda. It's not the problem. It's our mental health in America.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the brother of one of the survivors of the Oregon shooting. Welcome to the Malzberg panel. Jessica Tarlov, Democratic political consultant and political strategist with Douglas Schoen, LLC, and Ford O'Connell, Republican strategist, political analyst, and author of Hail Mary. Okay, let me start with you, Ford. We had Ben Carson on in the previous segment, and he addressed Obama's exploitation of this whole issue. And here's a relative of one of the survivors of the shooting. And when he found out Obama's coming to town, he's like, really? And they don't, from what I've heard from people they put all over television, they don't want him there because he's exploiting this.
Well, but that's President Obama's deal. He wants to exploit this. He's always said that he wants to get the guns no matter what. And frankly, after Sandy Hook, people forget that he tried to pass 23 executive actions is a large gun grab. This is what Obama does. He likes to politicize tragedy to push the progressive agenda.
Jessica?
No. I mean, I understand, obviously. I've heard this.
Jessica, he said it in his news conference last week. Come on now.
Yeah, no. Well, first of all, he started with thoughts and prayers to the families, and then he talked about...
Get over that, Jessica. The families don't want him there, apparently.
Okay, well, the families cannot want him there, and I understand that and respect that, but we could also think back to the Virginia shooting just, 6 weeks ago, where the father of the slain journalist came out right away, and he politicized the tragedy and said, I want tougher background checks. So,
which would not have prevented that shooting, by the way.
It doesn't, but that's not the point that we're talking about right now. You want to talk about Obama politicizing it and acting like everyone who's a part of a gun tragedy wants him nowhere near that or wants no politicization near that, and that's just not true.
I'm talking about what he did. He came out before the bodies were even taken off out of the school, and he said specifically, Jessica, in this case, we should politicize it. I am politicizing it. He admitted it.
I'm not disputing that. Did I once say that he didn't? No. I absolutely am not disagreeing with you on that. And, of course, it's the right to the family to decide if they want him there or not. I'm just saying that it's not a one-size-fits-all model in terms of hatred for President Obama.
As crass as this may sound, President Obama is never going to let a good tragedy go to waste when it comes to furthering the progressive agenda. And a key item for the progressive agenda is ban all guns, because if we ban all guns, we have a solution. Somehow we'll sleep better at night, and that's just not the case.
Absolutely.
Whoever said ban all guns? I'm really curious, because you guys use that line all the time, and I have never heard it come out of a Democrat.
Here's the thing, guys. First of all, the president on Friday, or whenever the shooting was, the first press conference, the immediate press conference was, or the immediate statement was, just like with immigration, it was an instant replay. I can't do this. I don't have the power to do this. You have Congress do this. I can't do this. Same thing he said about immigration. Then he signed the executive order. Now, the real press conference on Friday, he says, we're looking into executive action. Gee, what a shock, Ford.
I agree with you. It's not a shock at all, but most people don't realize that he actually passed some executive action gun items after Sandy Hook. This is what he does. He wants to continue to use this to basically make all guns illegal in the United States. And Jessica, you can say no, but every time you guys say, well, military weapons, handguns, what all of you forget, and then you cite other countries, is we have a Second Amendment. We are a unique country in that fact, and therefore we have to protect the right to bear arms at all costs.
All right, let's move on to Joe Biden here. And it turns out that, according to Politico, although Biden's people deny it, it was Joe Biden who leaked the story. And you would have to think it would be him, because you would think there were only two people present when Biden's ailing son said on his deathbed that he would like his father to run for president. What do you think, Jessica? Does this diminish, the whole story? And will he announce?
I mean, it looks increasingly like he will announce. That's what all Biden confidants are saying. Will this hurt him? I don't think necessarily so. A lot of people are talking about it, certainly, because it runs counter to the narrative that's out there and came out of the Maureen Dowd article. But as you say, you would have to think that it came from one of the two of them or another sibling or possibly his wife who was in the room, and that seems doubtful to me.
Wow, I totally disagree with you, Jessica. This is a classic Patrick Clinton job.
Let him go, Jessica, let him go.
let me say this, it's a classic Clinton hatchet job, and the bottom line is everyone knows that reporters talk to other reporters, and the Clintons have their hooks in just about every reporter. So basically, this is basically a scare tactic because Joe Biden has 32 days before the first filing deadline. They're trying to scare him out of the race. That's what's going on here. They're trying to say Joe Biden is a self-promoting SOB.
Okay. I mean, I don't know what to say. It's always a Clinton attack. I don't know how we can not have a conversation without the Clintons.
Well, the Clintons are who they are, aren't they? So
and they're also starting up an awful research against Joe Biden, so I wonder where they got this from.
All right, let's talk about the Ten Commandments monument removed from the Oklahoma Capitol grounds. We got a minute left, Ford. This is just another example of the assault on religious freedom and liberty. You know, they're talking about passing laws that you couldn't, in a workplace, in a community kitchen where the refrigerator is, you can't keep pork products there because it would offend some people. We had a school in this country that canceled America Day because it might be offensive to students who don't consider themselves American. This is a liberal's dream.
It's a society that perpetually offended hitting back. Here's the deal in Oklahoma. This is not a violation of federal law. This is a violation of state law. Pull the state law and change the Constitution in the great state of Oklahoma, and the problem's solved.
What about it, Jessica?
I mean, what about it? Like, you just want to, again, brandish all liberals for these kinds of things. I understand what you're saying about the America Day. I remember that, and also that there were some UC campuses talking about how we need to lower the American flag because it offends students from other countries. I think all of that's ridiculous. I'm proud to be an American.
All right, well, you are. Let's see what Hillary says about it. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Bill Kristol's next. Don't go away.